Yesterday, this world was a lonely place to live in, but today all of that has changed. Last night, I was awakened by a very loud, high-pitched scream. The sound nearly deafened me, but it subsided after a few seconds. Then everything got real quiet. I went back to bed, but when I woke up, I felt sort of funny. Something didn't feel right, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Right in the middle of my morning bath, my doorbell rang. So I jumped from the soothing bubbles and grabbed my robe. The doorbell rang again as I ran to answer it. I opened the door and nearly passed out, for standing before me was a very well-endowed naked girl. Before I could regain my composure, she spoke. Speaking in a very soft, subtle voice, she asked, "Are you Marcus?" I replied, "Yes." I pulled her inside. I ran to my closet to get my Yankees jersey for her to wear. As we sat on the sofa, she told me her name was Cherry and she was sent from Amazonia to be mine. Just then, she leaned over and kissed me. Her kiss was not one from a girl from this world. As we embraced, Cherry said, "You're dripping wet." As I told her of my adventures in my bubble bath, her eyes widened, and with a coy look on her face, Cherry took off my jersey. I thought to myself how impulsive she was. She then started to tug at the sash of my bathrobe until she had completely disrobed me. There we were, in total awe of each other. But by the look on her face, I could tell that she wasn't satisfied. Just as if I knew what she was thinking, I took her hands as we stood up, and she put her arms around my neck. Looking into her eyes, I asked, "Would you like to join me in my bath?" Cherry said, "I'd love to, but only on one condition. You have to give me a horseyback ride." Before I could answer, she spun me around and jumped on my back. She rode me all the way to the bathroom where she yelled, "Last one in is a rotten egg." And of course, I was last. We had a wonderful time playing in the bubbles. Cherry especially liked to mount a few together and blow them at me. In the midst of our play, we were interrupted by a sound that made both of us cringe. It was the sound of my doorbell ringing, much like before. Cherry looked at me, and I looked at her. We both lay in each other's arms until it stopped. Yes, yesterday, this old world was a pretty lonely place to live in. But now that there's an Amazon in the house, all of that has changed.